All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are into the final game in this series between these two unbelievably amazing players in the round of 16. Don't forget, this is single elimination. The person who loses this exact game goes out of the tournament at this point. It is everything to play for here. Who will come out on top, spawning over here in the left-hand side position on Antigua Shipyard, representing Quantic Gaming as the Red Terran. Ladies and gentlemen, we have TheSTC. And his opponent is going to be the blue Protoss on the right-hand side of the map, representing the Republic of Gamers. Absolutely sick finish, Protoss. What will he be able to do here in Game 3? We have Elfi. Really cool stuff coming out of here from both players in Games 1 and 2. We basically, if anyone wanted the too long didn't read version of Games 1 and 2, we had 25 minutes of build-up into insane Ghost versus High Templar. And that really was the case in both games here. I'm really excited to see. And I think Force Crossbones are in force here, but Elfi just going to be checking to make sure for some reason he's not in that location. Not going to matter too much because he does get the first scout out anyway. Going to be grabbing the first gateway now, everything looking fairly normal on his end of the world, and it looks like the STC is saving up to go command center first. No barracks is forthcoming for our Terran player. He's going to be sending that SCV straight down, and is the command center going to start just as the probe gets there? He's actually going to be mining here first, so I wonder if the probe is going to be able to scout in time. Here comes Elfi. Does he spot the SCV? He does not, and the command center goes down without incident. So a second SCV immediately get pulled to take out the probe, and the reason for this is because once the probe gets down on the low ground, this SCV is building the command center, so the probe will be able to harass. So the SCC is just saying, look, I want absolutely none of that. All I'm going to do is send a second SCV out immediately, and that's going to be the end of that. Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see the STC swap these SCVs for each other. No, it looks like he's just going to swap it with one from the main base as well. So everything is looking fairly safe for him at the moment. Chrono boosting out a Zealot is Elfi at the moment, trying to get a little bit of early damage done against this command center first build coming out of the STC, and grabbing his cybernetics core as well. In the meantime, the probe's still going to be as annoying as humanly possible against these forces from Elfi at the, from the STC at the moment, and two barracks now going down from the STC. So this Zealot better get here very quickly indeed if he wants to get some damage, and otherwise we'll have a couple of Marines out on the field as well. This probe once again being a little bit annoying until all the shields disappear on it. He's going to be running back thereafter. Cybernetics core just finishes, so now we'll get to see what Elfi's follow-up is likely to be. Two Zealots and a Stalker coming out from that initial gateway. Warp gate research immediately getting started from Elfi, and let's see what he decides to transition into here. Orbital command going down at the natural expansion for the STC. Still no gas being taken, of course, trying to power up to as many SCVs and mules as possible off of those two bases, and these two barracks should be providing enough Marines to try and survive in a short term. I wouldn't mind seeing a bunker go down at that wall, though, and it looks like, yes, an SCV is going to go down to that Zealot. Mission accomplished there as far as that little buddy is concerned. Are we going to see the mules dropped here? And no, the mules get dropped in the main base. Really nice thinking there from the STC, not wanting to have to micro that, and the one Zealot is going to be slightly annoying. It would be nice to have a bunker again, but only two Zealots at the moment. He should be able to get enough Marines very shortly to power this off, and it doesn't look like the orbital command is going to go down. I think he should be able to go down before that orbital is forced to lift off. In the meantime, more units actually getting powered out of the single gateway here, so it looks like Elfi is going to be going for an expand off the back of this, because he has gone up to 400 minerals now. That could well be his plan of action. Now two Zealots and the Stalker both attacking the orbital command, so wow, the STC forced to lift here. I'm a little bit surprised at this development. I thought he might have gone forward and tried to do a little bit of micro against the Protoss units and prevent the liftoff, but it looks like the STC playing as safe as he possibly can here. Great moves from Elfi, forcing that out, and here we go. The Marines are going to be moving out, and I'm pretty sure we'll see a bunker go down now. Yes, there we go, at the exact place we were highlighting before. That is where the bunker is going to go down, and once that is up, he should be relatively okay. Is this SCV going to get up the top? It might, but then it might not. Sadly, at the bottom of the ramp, he catches a glimpse of the sentry, and that is all he will be able to see before all the lights go out. 2 gateways and the robotics facility coming down now for Elfi. So going up to 2 gate robo at the moment. Possibly just trying to macro out as many probes as he can onto his natural expansion, knowing that his opponent went for that command center first, so having to compensate for that just a little bit. He's going to be hanging out in the middle of the map now. 2 zealots and 2 stalkers. It looks like he's actually going for it at the moment. I'm not sure how much I like this, but the stalkers are trapped in the smoke screen at the moment, and oh no, one of them actually goes down. Elfi definitely has to hightail it now. What is he doing? The other stalker might disappear as well, and he just about escapes with 11 hit points. A little bit of sloppy micro coming out of there from Elfi, but he should be able to hold this if he grabs a couple more units here on the high ground, maybe tickle those Marines as they come up, because otherwise he could be in a little bit of trouble. And SCV's coming up with this attack as well to try and put a bunker down, and there we go. Elfi going to be able to get a bit of damage done from the high ground before the Marines do anything else, and 3 of them actually at extremely low health at the moment, so just going to be sending that SCV in to do a bit of a scout. Elfi sees that the rest of the Marines are going to be moving back, and therefore should be targeting this SCV. Yup, there we go. Oh, and is he going to get a scout off? I think this time he might. No, he wasn't continuing to move it. He might have been able to get up the ramp if he really tried there. The robotics bay going down for Elfi as well, so that would have been huge information for the STC. Has he scanned that position? It does not look like it, so he knows, presumably, that the robotics facility is likely to be underway, especially once he scans for that observer, if he manages to spot that. But the robotics bay going down very, very quickly indeed for Elfi here, and we could be seeing a 2-base Colossus timing from our Protoss player here in game number 3. A couple of tech labs and reactors going down on the barracks here. We'll note that the factory is only just only just finishing at around the 9-minute mark, so we should be seeing a starport getting placed in exactly this position very, very shortly indeed from the STC, or he can make me look like a fool. Come on, put down the starport, mate. There we go. And the reactor going down on the factory as well. Observer coming in, sees absolutely everything, knows that there will not be any medevacs for at least 2 minutes, because we still have to wait for the starport to finish, and then we have to wait for the medevacs to go into production. So will that affect any decision making coming out of Elfi? We'll have to wait and see. But the first 2 medevacs have to at least come out before Viking production can start, so Elfi will know if he powers out those Colossi now, he might be able to hit before too many Vikings are out on the field. Perhaps that is his plan here. But conversely, for the STC, Stim is just finished. He has combat shield on the way, and he's getting concussive shell. So all of the upgrades for his bio unit are really going strong, taking his 4th gas as well at the natural expansion. It looks like he's going to be poking in once again. There is a unit over here. It is not a drop though, it's just an SCV looking to see if there are any hidden pylons down on the south of the map, possibly looking to take his 3rd as well at this particular location, and the observer is following him, so he knows exactly what's happening. A couple of decent, oh dear, good force fields coming out there from Elfi, but he is forced to admit that he has those Colossi out on the field right now, and these bio units actually killing a decent number of probes. Doing a great job of microing back is the STC. The Colossus will completely pick off the remainder of these units, but number of workers killed, 7-3 in favor of the STC at the moment. As far as resources lost, the STC actually losing marginally more. That Colossus being really, really good value for money right there, but that is going to trigger the STC into that Viking production. We also have a 2nd starport on the way, so if he needs those Vikings ASAP super quickly, he's able to do that from a 2nd starport as well, and here come the Vikings. We have another command center being snuck in the bottom right-hand corner from the STC right now, so it looks like that is what his plan is for the late game, to try and stop Elfi from ever seeing his 3rd base in the first place. As Elfi now continuing to power out those Colossi there. Ooh. I don't know. Elfi has been forced to show his hand and show those Colossi a little bit early on, which means the STC is going to be completely and adequately prepared against this. He's going up to now 6 gateways in his main base, 7 now as well. Hold on, let me just do a quick check. Yes, that is 7 gateways in the main, none in the natural expansion, of course. So he must be looking to push out relatively soon indeed. Command center at the hidden bottom right-hand location is about to go down. We also have a double drop coming into the main base from the STC. Gonna try and pick apart the robotics facility. That could be huge, and the Colossus does get out, but the robotics facility gets picked off there. Great little hit and run. One Marauder gets left to die, poor guy, and the 2 medevacs both get out. Really, really good play. Is that going to trigger Elfi into some sort of attack, because he can no longer make those Colossi until the robotics facility is remade? An observer going to be going down the south here, just going to make sure the drop is not still there. We have a single Marine checking out the 3rd base location, and it looks like Elfi is going on a hell march. All of the stalkers, all of the sentries moving out towards the center of the map right now. The Colossi, though, still chilling out at home, but then again, they have the shortcut over here, so that's not going to be too much of a problem indeed. Third base, now an orbital command. Probably needs to get into position, though. We have the gas currently mining from a rather obscure location. Going to be keeping that SCV there so that nothing is given away. Checking for a third base. Elfi does not see a third, so he's going to be going straight into the natural here. Little does he know a third is, in fact, already up for the STC just at this hidden location, and this observer, sadly, not on the correct trajectory to intercept it at this time. Everything getting chrono boosted from Elfi. He's really going to go for it. A couple of forward pylons going down here. And an excellent spread here from the STC. He's currently at 1-0 upgrades. Elfi at no upgrades whatsoever, but he does have those Colossi at his disposal. One of the Colossus almost going down there to the Vikings. A great position is the STC at the moment. The missile turret goes down, so he might be able to get an observer in here if he wants to, and that will be really crucial for seeing exactly where the Vikings are. And we have a little bit of a standoff over here outside the natural expansion of our Terran play. The problem is Elfi thinks he's playing 2-base versus 2-base, but that really isn't the case. He has to go for some sort of killing blow. Otherwise, the SCC will get an economic advantage off of that hidden third base. Current worker count, by the way, 61 to 48. And it looks like Elfi considering poking up into the main. And once again, a few more pot shots being taken there. Observer, a good placement this time. Able to see everything going on, and Elfi just can't find a way in. He's desperately trying to poke around with these Colossi, but the Vikings are just being so unbelievably annoying. Oh, and trying to get another pot shot off. Elfi is doing his very, very best, but not too much at the moment. It looks like the SCC is going to go for it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the battle here. Good force fields. Oh my god, zoning out so much of that bio, but there are so many Vikings for the Stalkers to pick apart. Is he going to be able to do it? Constantly kiting, trying to see if he can get a shot off at those Colossi, forcing Elfi back from his force fields. Only 2 Colossi left standing. 1 Colossus now, but great force fields once again from Elfi. Will he be able to hold on? All of the Colossi are now dead. Are we going to see the Vikings landed as well? I think the STC might have enough here. And yes, indeed, he's going to be powering through 150 supply to 71. The SEC looking like he's going to be knocking Republic of Gamers Elfi out of this tournament at this point. GG from Elfi, and the SEC wins the series 2-1. Well played. What an exciting final battle there. Elfi just unable to get a word in edgeways, unfortunately. Not knowing that there was also a third base mining, and at the end of the day, that is what made the difference. The STC able just to power out more units in a shorter amount of time. Great spread and great positioning from his Vikings. He was microing them to his heart's content there, trying to get those pot shots off on those Colossi, and at the end of the day, it turned out to be enough. Excellent force fields at the beginning of that engagement as well from Elfi, zoning out most of the bio while he tries to pick apart the Vikings, but then all the STC had to do was move the Vikings away, try and come around, and hit the Colossi once or twice, and as soon as he was able to do that, there was no choice but for Elfi to fall back. So guys, we're going to be going straight into the next match in about 3 minutes time. We're going to be playing a couple of ads and running some music, and then we'll be getting back with our second match. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.